All right, welcome guys. This is Jerome with Elite Lifestyle Recalibration. And today I'm here with one of my rock star clients, Brian Johnson. And I'm going to start out with a really easy question. And that is, let's just talk about a short intro, who you are, where you're from, or what you do.
All right. My name is Brian Johnson. I'm from the Northeast, New England, New Hampshire, to be exact. Got into the health and fitness routine probably about 5 or 6 years ago after realizing I was a little bit overweight, starting to get a little bit obese. Cut myself down pretty well to about 185, 195. Then I joined Jerome and his team. They've pretty much set me on a successful path over the past 4 to 5 weeks. I'm just about on 5 weeks right now, but really getting my nutrition dialed in as well as execution of my exercises are really being helpful at this time.
Okay. And so sounds like you're having some good results in terms of like what we're doing with it and as far as helping you. Let's start out with this. How did we initially meet?
So we initially met off of a comment that was made on Facebook, and from that comment, Jerome was extremely thoughtful and process orientated, which resulted in me answering a lot of questions that, I haven't really asked myself in the past, such as where do you see yourself with the meal plan that you're currently on in the next 6 months? I was one of those individuals that I wouldn't say I was much of a yo-yo dieter as much as just really had a hard time fine tuning the timing of when I need to eat my meals. And just with those conversations, it basically sold it to me. And, and here I am.
So those were the big struggles was really the nutrition and everything and how to do the timing of everything.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. So let me ask you this. In terms of changes with your overall lifestyle, what have you noticed since beginning with us?
So probably the most dramatic change that I've seen so far, my body fat percentage is going down pretty significantly. We've made good progress there. I am very surprised that, I'm eating 300 to 400 additional calories than I were for the past 2 years on my diet. I'm maintaining the same weight, building a little bit of muscle on top of that, which is great. But I do practice MMA 3 nights a week. And what I have found there is that not only my endurance, but my agility and strength have increased quite significantly. So for that, I really want to thank the team because without it, I probably wouldn't have got there within this short period of window. It would have took me about a year to a year and a half, a lot of trial and error type things, a lot of what a lot of people are trying to do on their own without the education that comes behind the nutrition and fitness.
Gotcha. So not only is changing your body, but it sounds like outside of the lifting, like with your MMA, it's like you're noticing like big differences in terms of how you perform and your ability to do it.
That's correct. Yep. And recover and be able to recover. And a lot of that I know now looking back on it is when I'm timing my meals around my workout activities and how important that piece is. And it's not just stuffing your face at the end of the night, consuming all of your calories and saying, hey, I'm good. You got to utilize the carbs to your benefit, only eat them at specific intervals, specific timing around your workouts. Now, this is for me specifically for my goals. Everybody is going to be different. I understand that.
Mhm.
I'm hoping in a year or 2 years from now, I'm eating carbs all day long, but we're in a good position right now to get set up for success.
Awesome. And then I had a talk with Sierra about your actual changes in the past week. Mhm. From what I heard, you know what your changes are?
Yeah, I checked it again today. It's been pretty consistent for the past 4 weeks to drop anywhere from a half an inch to a 3/4 of an inch from my waist, and similar to my shoulder widths. So now my body is going from this to this. And it really makes me feel very good because at the end of the day, really want to get leaned out. And this is the method to do it.
Awesome. How does that, I know you said you feel good. Is that more like, feel you that hard to look in? Is it just more of a confidence boost? And like, how is it affecting you in terms of how you feel good?
Well, I guess, that's kind of a hard question without answering it with my own answer, but everybody wants to look good naked, right?
Yeah.
You can edit that out afterwards. Don't put that on the internet. And
Hey man, everybody wants to look good and make it. It's like, that's a fact of life. Everybody's human.
yeah. And at the end of the day, it's just building my confidence up even more and more to be there, not only for my kids and their future, to see the changes that are happening to myself as an adult, as a parent, and them making their decisions based on what we're doing positively in our life.
And bringing up your kids, what have they noticed in you in terms of the past 5 weeks, or have you noticed that they noticed something?
I think the only thing my kids really notice is I'm more dialed into what I'm eating on a continuous basis. They talk about that. They joke around about it all the time. Oh, look, dad's having salmon for breakfast again. Fair enough. But at the end of the day, when I see, my 8-year-old son, my 9-year-old daughter, 12-year-old daughter coming down into the gym with me almost on a consistent basis, it really, warms my heart and makes me feel like, all right, we're doing something right here. This is a priority in my life. It should be a priority in their lives. I'm not telling them they have to do anything. They're just saying, oh, look, dad's doing it. Mom's doing it. Let me go ahead and follow through. It must be kind of important for me to start this at such a young age.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you brought that up because that's a huge goal for a lot of the parents I talk to. Like literally they say they ought to be a role model for their children. And I don't remember if that's specifically something you had said, but you said it warmed your heart, but what does that mean to you that they're doing all these things without you even asking? And they're just picking them
They're
out.
taking the initiative on their own. And for an example, my son, he's extremely young. He's only 8 years old, but he's in MMA, lacrosse, and football. He's a very physical individual. Of course, he's very young, but he understands the importance of training, stretching, and the tactical movements that you have to perform when you're out there doing the actual work. Say if you're in the football game, on what he needs to do to kind of warm up, get his body ready for any type of impact that may happen throughout his career.
Awesome. Well, hey, that's one of those things that, as a parent, would you agree that's pretty invaluable for your children to have these experiences with you at this point in their lives?
I agree 100%. If they're seeing it now, they're already putting these thoughts into actions. There is no doubt in my mind that this is going to be carried throughout the rest of their lives. And then too, passed on to the grandchildren and everything else.
That's awesome. Yeah, it puts a big smile on my face. So let me ask you this. What advice would you give to anyone that's on the fence to joining this program?
Well, for an example, for myself, I got basically stuck for about a year and a half at a current body weight, at a current body fat. I ended up becoming a Facebook doctor, thinking about just receiving all of the information from every piece of information that comes off the internet, micro changes here and there to my diet. The importance of getting a coach or a team like Elite is they have the backing and the knowledge to support what we're supposed to be doing. For an example, like I said earlier, I'm about 300 or 400 calories above where I was before. And it was all around just scheduling out my meal times. And it was something as simple as that kind of really took me off to the next level. But at the same time, without somebody like Sierra or Jerome in my back pocket to say, hey, I'm not going to work out till later on tonight. How should I rearrange my meal plan? Just like that, they come back with a specific answer and a specific timing on when I should eat my food, which is a benefit for me, especially a fast-paced individual that, I'm working 10 hours a day, just like a normal person. And my main focus isn't really nutrition and fitness. It's very important to me, but I'm not an expert in it. And that's probably the biggest takeaway, was that I realized that I needed help just like anybody else.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. In terms of all the questions I have, that's everything I have that I wanted to ask you. Was there anything that you wanted to share that I didn't maybe cover?
Not necessarily at this point.
Awesome. Well, I just wanted to thank you again for coming on and sharing your experience with everybody. And then we're going to be looking for more great things in the future.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.